Just more detail work. So welded in like a folded filler panel into the main surround. So that will be sealed. I'll be fiberglassing it in around in the corners, but it's the bulk of it is sealed now. The big air gaps. I'm sort of jumping between jobs a little bit. Never throw parts that you don't a car away. Case in point, there's the roof. And I've unpicked this central panel. So there are two antennas built into that structure, and also the rear interior light pops into that, and I believe it's also got ultrasonics for the alarm. So that, partly because I wanted to get all this wiring out the way, keep tripping over it. So that will go up there roughly. So I'm going to put a few slices in it to better match the curvature of the roll cage up there, and I'll weld it onto the back of it, and hopefully, well, no, it will. And this is the interior trim panel. There. So it'll be nicely hidden up inside there, and that interior light should sit somewhere around there nicely. Right, thanks to fellow builder Andy at Ratchet Rebuilds channel. He's lent me his windscreen just so I can just double check the body fitment. I tried just the glass on its own, but it's really hard to tell because the glass doesn't actually sit right on the lip in the body. It's offset outboards a little bit. And obviously with that, I'm not going to fit the rubber properly, but I just want to check it's all good enough. So little gaps here and there, but once you start getting the lip over the rubber over the lip on the body, it'll sort of pull itself in. So from experience, I think that's about right, and it looks about parallel side to side. This body line pretty much disappears once the seal's on. Just the seal overlaps it completely. There similarly. So yeah, I mean the curvature is really solid, chunky glass actually. It's laminated. Don't know what the originals were, probably tempered. So yeah. So I think that means I'm okay to start welding in the front part of the bar, or the cage. Should be good. I dug out the sandblaster blasting cabinet out of my cellar just to tidy up these welds. There were a few sort of inside in hidden areas that I wanted to blast and get primed before I seam seal, and to get it nice and resistant before it gets bonded into the body. Alright, third time of tacking that front A-bar into position. I had it very lightly clamped against the A-pillars, but it kept moving after I released it. So the final one was just tack at the bottom, don't clamp to anything related to the body. And just, yeah, the body's bolted down. So little gap as planned. So I need to get wiring up on both sides after I've made the trim panel bit, but from sort of the side-ish side, you can't see it. Shouldn't be too noticeable from the front. Okay. Not once the screen's on and trim around it and all that kind of thing. Good access through the side grills for tacking, and numerous clamps in all sorts of directions. Yeah. And that's the front hoop in. So welded down the bottom here onto its base. I've also put these gussets top and bottom. Here I'm pondering whether to box it in fully, but to be honest, it's not moving at all. So here we go. And then next the well, not quite now, but the door hinge section. We'll go through there. I think a bit more of the other work first before I get onto that. Yeah, definitely looking like a bit more of a street tube buggy type thing. It just kind of felt right, so there's the extra gusset welded in. It looks a lot more solid, so it probably is. Right, so having a bit of a mock-up of the dash crossbar. So that's where it's sitting at the moment. I'm not sure if it's going to be too high for the dash. Obviously I need to get the wipers in. I need, well actually, yeah, speakers. The tweeters are going to go across that front sort of section. And say wipers, speakers, and the top of the dash. So I think that's going to have to come down. But what I'm going to do is wait until the dashboard arrives. So I'm off on holiday for a week after the weekend. So no video next week. But hopefully, actually no, it won't be when I get back. But I'll probably just put that on pause. I'm having another play with the charge lead routing at the back. So they pop out there, over to the connector, and then sort of over the inner arch, obviously to the charge port here. So yeah, looks like there's plenty of space. Yeah, it's not touching the top, I don't think. So, yeah, baby steps. So just a quick one to finish this week's video off, I think. Aired it out again with the rear arches moved back, and it looks like that has been, well, the body was sitting on the wheels, on the tyres on the top. So it's come down quite a bit more. If you can see that. The pucks are practically on the floor now, pretty low. So without the pucks, probably a couple of inches. Yeah, I think there's something stopping the body coming all the way down on the chassis as well, so there's a little bit to come. I think it's just the top of the arch, so I'm going to chop them down a bit more on each side. And I'm thinking how to do a some sort of seal between the body and chassis, sort of a vertical flange, and they'll bolt together. Yeah, looking good.